Good morning, tribe. It's Louise here. How are you doing? I hope you are well this Monday morning. We're going into our third week now of self-isolation. Yeah, third week. How are you doing? Hi, Marie Claire. Good morning to you. If you're joining me, give me a wave. Let me know that you're with me this morning. I hope you're all well and that you've had a good weekend, whatever you've been doing. Good morning, folks. I thought I'd pop on this morning just to connect with you. Hi, Heather. Good morning to you. How you doing, darling? I was just about to send you a message, actually, Heather. Good morning, ladies and gents. Give me a wave. Let me know that you're with me this morning. Hi, Sue. Good morning to you. Hi, Kim. Up in Scotland, how you doing? Good morning. Not quite as sunny this morning as it was last week. It's gone really cold again. So I just thought I'd pop on and see how you're doing. We're going into our third week. And every day's a bit of a roller coaster emotionally, isn't it? Up and down. I think you really have to keep yourself busy and keep the routine, keep the structure. Otherwise, it's quite easy to sort of slob around and let things slip, isn't it? Hi, Geeta. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're well. I've just done a corporate call actually for a company who want to, all their staff are obviously working from home, and they've asked me to do a bit of motivation, inspiration, help lift their spirits. So I'm doing 5 minutes on a Monday morning for them. Yeah, my routine, Marie Claire, well, I'm a bit of a night owl, so I'm quite happy to sort of watch telly into the early hours, and of course that naturally affects your body clock, so I have to really be mindful of not altering my body clock. This morning I had a corporate call to do, so I had to be up, dressed, makeup on, ready to do a live call. So that's good. That's what I need. I need that kind of commitment to make sure I get dressed and get focused. Otherwise, yeah, it can be 11 o'clock and I'm still in my pajamas, and I'm open about that. So yeah, routine. I think I didn't realise, probably I whinged about my routine and the school run, but I realise how very important it is. What's your routine, Marie Claire? I know you're a super focused person, and I know you've been running, haven't you? Share with us in the comments what you've been up to. And Heather's saying, I've done my morning routine too, ready for the day ahead. What have you done, Heather? Exercise? What have you been up to? So I want to share with you something today, a couple of bits and bobs with you around, now I wasn't quite sure what to call this. Obviously we're living through some very strange times at the moment, and we're all having to sort of adjust and find our new normal. For me personally and as a family, I think the news has now sunk in. I think the first week was pretty shocking for everybody, and you may still feel like that, but for me personally, I seem to have kind of come out of that, oh my God, is this really happening? And into this place of acceptance, I think, and I think you have to get to that place of acceptance, because when you don't accept something and you're railing against it, you just cause frustration, you cause anxiety, you cause fear. So the sooner we can get to the place, or this place of, well, it is what it is, and I've got to make the most of it, God really knows, then we can really kind of get into the flow, we can kind of get our balance back. And for me personally, that's definitely been the case, and I've accepted it is what it is, and I'm going to make the most of the coming weeks and months, because what I want you to know for sure is that things will return to normal. The economy will bounce back, people will get back to work, whether that be their old job or they might have a new job that emerges, but things are going to get back to normal. The routine will establish, the planes will fly again, the cars will be on the road again, the shops will open again. Obviously we don't know how long that's going to be, but it isn't going to be forever, and I just want you to know that, just to remind you that this is not going to go on forever. So it's really important that we all make the most of our time, that we actually make the most of the next few weeks and months, and really to utilise this time as effectively as we possibly can, because we're being called to stop, we're being called to slow down, we're being called to kind of draw within, go within, and really think about what feeds our spirit, what feeds our soul. And And there's never going to be a time like this ever again where we can actually do that. We can be still with the rest of the world and really think about what feeds our soul. So I really want to get you thinking about creating you could call it a bucket list, that might not work for you, or you could call it a hit list, but I really want to get you thinking today about how you can utilise this time for your own growth, for your own expansion, for your own ascension, for your own growth. And I want to talk a little bit about what that looks like for you and what that looks like for me over the coming months. Let me just have a look at the comments. Hi, good morning, Tammy. So Heather's saying, I've set up a circuit in the garden. Oh wow, like that, so I can exercise. I saw a chap on the news doing rounds. I think I might have been a marathon, I can't remember, but he was very boring going around his garden. Yeah, that's a great idea, Heather. Yeah, I've been doing yoga, dragging my husband, getting him involved as well. What else have we got? I think Marie Claire put something. So you'd be getting up at 6:30, that's really disciplined. To be sure to avoid people. That's a really good point, actually, Marie Claire. I noticed on your Facebook feed that you've been going into Chester and walking around, and it's eerily quiet, isn't it? But that's a great idea because you're not likely to meet anybody then, and you can enjoy that space. Yes, I like it. And Chris Evans, he's just a ray of sunshine, isn't he? So Heather's saying we listen to positive clips on YouTube, do my energy routine, gratitude affirmations. Let me just click. Let's make sure oh yeah, that's it. Great. Yeah, that's what we need to do. We really do need to be doing more of this stuff, don't we? Marie Claire said I need to go out once a day. Yeah, that's so true, Marie Claire. I had 2 days where I didn't go out the house. Husband walked the dog, and I noticed a massive dip in my mood, quite significant dip. So yesterday I got up and I said, right, we're all going off for a walk across the field with the dogs, and I then did my yoga, and it makes a massive difference. And it's so easy, isn't it, to let this slip? It really, really is. So let's have a look what else we've got. Hi Carol, good morning to you. How are you? Walking around the park. Carol's been walking around the park. And down by the river, nature is an absorber of your energy, isn't it? It lifts your spirits. It's such a healer. And Tammy's saying, taking one day at a time. Yeah, I'm noticing my emotions are sort of all over the place. And one day I'm feeling motivated and the next day, I'm not. And you've got to keep in the moment. Yeah, totally agree. I want to talk a little bit about creating I called it a Corona hit list. I don't know whether that's quite appropriate, but I want to talk to you about utilising this time. I was doing a corporate call this morning with a team within a corporation, and we were talking about utilising this time because a lot of us are finding, of course, we've got more time on our hands. We can't travel. If you've got children, you're not running around, with clubs and school runs. That's certainly the case for me. And I've just got all of this time back in my life. My husband isn't doing 3 hours commuting every day, and it's just, to see him in the house. He's honestly, his mood has changed so much. It's like he's on holiday. I mean, he's working all week and he's on a call now, a conference call, but it's that journey that he has to do is it just saps his energy, and he's loving having extra time back to pursue whatever he wants to do. And that's what this is really about. I want to get you thinking about how you're going to use this time for your own growth. I wrote an article which I'm going to be publishing soon called Slow Living. Funny enough, I was reading a book way before all this happened. I think it was over Christmas time, about slow living. And about slowing down, living more in the moment, as Tammy was saying, and really thinking about utilising this space and this time and slowing down. So at the weekend, I've been talking about this for a long, long time, building a vegetable patch or a trug. I've actually bought a trug and growing my own vegetables. I did it when my daughter was born. We had a little vegetable patch and we grew strawberries and lettuce and bits and bobs. And then I never did anything with it after that. And it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And it's interesting how what's happening is forcing us to kind of think about how we can entertain ourselves, what we can do to grow, and things that are going to feed our soul. And we were out in the garden, we built the trug, we got the soil in there. I haven't planted anything yet. I'm ready to do that now. I'm just waiting. It's been quite cold and I don't want to plant if it's going to be frosty. I know nothing about vegetables, I really don't, but I'm willing to learn, and I feel really good about doing it. And I want to look back in I don't know, August, September, when life does get back to normal, and I want to I want to look back and say, I'm really glad that I did my vegetable patch, or I'm really glad I did that course of study, or whatever it is. And I can look back and know that I utilised that time and not just slogged out in front of the telly watching box sets or whatever, or lying in till 11 o'clock every morning. So yeah, I want to get you thinking about how you can utilise this time. So when you look back and go, that's that period of time where I learnt this, or I experienced this, or I did this, or I connected more with this person or this group or whatever. I'm actually doing some courses of study at the moment. So I'm doing an equality and diversity course, which I've just finished. I'm doing a big year-long course, which I'd started actually before this. I've also signed up to a leadership and management course as well, which I haven't started yet. And I'm going to make sure that I come out the other end of this with lots of new qualifications. And I'm excited about that. So I want to get you thinking, what are you going to do? What are you? Have you planned yet? Have you created a hit list of what you're going to do over the next few weeks and months? Obviously, we can't go out there and travel. We can't go out there and to the theatre and stuff like that. It has to be stuff that's closer, right? That we can do within our own homes. Has anybody volunteered actually? Again, that's something that I would love to do. Volunteer. It's something I've talked about. I volunteered at the local food bank actually at the beginning of the year. Unfortunately, because we're in an at-risk group, I can't volunteer at the moment. It just wouldn't be very wise for me to do that. But what are you guys doing? Give me some comments. Something I can read out and share with everybody else. Let me go back and look at some of the comments here. I'm a bit close to the camera. So Gita's saying I go out every day for a 5 kilometre walk. Yeah, wow, that's great. We need that, don't we? It's so good for us. I'm lucky to live in a remote area. I am too. I'm very, very grateful that I have that space. I usually never meet anybody on the road. It's so peaceful. Yeah, absolutely. It just rebalances you. It grounds you. It's that earthing, isn't it? Oh, Carol, you take your camera with you. Yeah, and do you know what? With spring, the bluebells are just coming up in my front garden. And yeah, what a great idea to get out with your camera. Love that. So Kim is saying, I've got lots of comments coming in. So Kim's saying, I thought I was doing okay. I tend to always be very stoic, but watching, I know the news about so many deaths and was very tearful throughout the day yesterday. But better now, feeling back into the Yeah, Kim, it's hard, and it's not going to get any better over the coming weeks, is it? And this is why it's so important to obviously, we need to watch, we need to be informed, but I think we need to be mindful of not watching 9 o'clock news or morning news, then lunchtime, then evening, and then 10 o'clock news. That's probably over the top. We need to be mindful that we're not watching too much. But I feel for you, Kim, because I've had a few down days. I feel great today, and I had a great day yesterday. But I think we've got to be gentle with ourselves, haven't we? Let's have a look what else we've got. So Angie is saying, listening to happy podcasts, yeah, on my daily walk, yeah, music, kitchen disco, podcasts, YouTube. I'm a big YouTuber. I love losing myself in YouTube. Stella's saying, it's really an opportunity to do some that lights up. Yeah, and this is what this is about this morning. What lights you up, Stella? What lights you up? What is going to feed your soul over the coming weeks? Is it planting vegetables like me? Might not be your thing. Maybe it's writing. Maybe you've been wanting to write something, a book or something, and now's the time to get down and do it. You can get on Udemy, and there's loads of free courses. I actually have signed up to an equality and diversity course, free, and it's government funded. It's not means tested or anything like that. An official qualification, which I've done over the last couple of months. Completely funded, and I've come out within a couple of months with the qualification. So there's so much out there when you actually Google. If you go on to Read, the recruitment site, there's loads of free stuff on there, or really affordable stuff on all different topics. Maybe if you wanted to learn Excel and Word, update your skills, there's loads of free resources to do that. Some of it's funded by the government, some of it is £10. And then you've got things like Udemy and Of Course, loads of stuff. You could go and learn Reiki. You can go and learn anything you want. So I think I love to grow and love to learn, so that really works for me. But the sky's your limit, really. Use this time effectively. writing my book, Carol is saying, yeah, I mean, God, if there's no better time than now to write a book, then, you know, when is there going to be a good time? You know, we've got the solitude, everything's slow. It's the perfect time. I love that. Yes, Heather's saying, I'm going to finish my crystal healing course. Doing lots of, this is the time to be doing self-development, isn't it? Absolutely. And wouldn't it be good to look back and say, God, you know, over those months I learned this, and this, and I grew some cabbage at the same time. How cool would that be? So Stella's saying gardening, writing, talking to those living alone. Yeah. Are you volunteering then, Stella? Or are you just connecting with those people that you know? Good morning, Mabel. How are you, darling? Yeah, there's so much, isn't there? I mean, if you can volunteer, and if I genuinely could, I would within my local community. But as I said, it's just not something I can do at the moment. Being as, we've got health conditions that I need to be mindful of. Frustrating, actually, because I'm seeing people volunteer and I'd love to get involved. Oh, wow, Stella, that's great. It's great that you're volunteering. We need as much help as we can. It's really interesting. What are you noticing, guys? Because I was writing this article yesterday about slow living, and you can read it later in the week when I post it. But just about some of the changes that are happening, it's been really interesting to see the local community, and the pub over the road, which obviously has had to close, is delivering Sunday meals to the community, which is just, you know, I'm seeing, obviously there's a lot of distress and a lot of pain, but equally there's a lot of good coming out of this. Certainly a coming togetherness is what I'm experiencing. Hi Wanda, good morning to you. How are you? So yeah, I think a lot of good is going to come out of this. So really today I just want to get you thinking about creating your hit list, bucket list, whatever you want to call it, for the next few months, because life will return to normal, and we're going to look back and we think we've got all this time in front of us, and it might feel like it's dragging now, but I promise, you know, before long things will return to normal. And you know, kids will go back to school, husband will go back to work, I'll be doing my thing, and we'll all be separated again and doing our own thing. So recognise that this is not forever. It isn't. And this is your time for your own personal growth. Maybe it's time to read the books that have been on your bookshelf for forever and you haven't got round to them, or doing your gardening, or sign up to a course. That's certainly my intention. I want to learn as much as I possibly can over the next few months, so I come out the other end and have benefited from this, because it's hard to lose your freedom. It's hard, right? It is. You can't go shopping, and I can't even see my pregnant sister, and that's really, really hard. Really, really hard. And my mom's really struggling because she wants to be there for my sister. She's not due to give birth until June, but it's not that far away. And being pregnant is hard enough as it is, isn't it, with your own worries, let alone having a bloody pandemic on top of it. And my poor sister had ripped her bathroom out literally a few weeks ago, and all the walls were back to brick, so she's got an unfinished house to bring her baby home to. It's not ideal. But what's lovely is that we're communicating a lot more than we probably would. You know, we're sort of Zooming every day, or WhatsApping rather, every day, and connecting, and even with my family over in Canada, we're all, you know, getting online on WhatsApp, and it's lovely. So in many ways, whilst we're distant, it's bringing us closer in many respects. And yeah, I look forward to the big party that we're all going to have, right, when all this finishes. So anything else, guys? Let me know. Is anybody going to be focusing on something specific maybe you've been putting on the back burner or not had the time to focus on? Just put some comments before we finish. Let me know what you're planning to do over the next few weeks or months. As I say, for me, it's definitely my garden, and I'm going to post as it grows if you're interested. I've got onions and carrots and potatoes and other bits and bobs that I'm going to I'm going to plant, and I've bought some sunflowers as well, and I'm looking forward to planting them with the kids and watching them grow. They're good fun, and they're really hardy, so they're really easy one to plant. So Wanda saying, gardening and looking to volunteer. Yeah, that's wonderful, Wanda. We need you. Had lunch with a friend via Skype. Oh, that's a great idea. I like that. Well, I had a Friday night call with my girlfriends, and we all had a gin or a glass of wine, and we all sat and chatted. It was it was really good, actually. We're going to do it every Friday just to keep each other sane, because we're all at home with children and working and juggling and whatever. But that was really good fun. But I like that idea. Lunch over Skype, like it. And Carol's saying focusing on me and chilling out. Carol, I love where you're living at the moment, by the way. I saw your picture on Facebook. It looks absolutely idyllic. Love it. Yeah, and I'm sleeping more as well, Carol. It's interesting. I don't know about you, but I'm sleeping deeper. I think a lot of us have got quite a lot of spiritual work to do, so we're finding that we're sleeping more soundly. Apparently, that's what's happening anyway, which is really interesting. Yes, Marie Claire. Why don't you do the garden? Why don't you do your garden? Do you fancy growing anything? I love it. So yes, we're doing a Friday 5 p.m. fizz with my frontline managers. Yeah, great idea. Sunflowers are fun, Wanda. They are. I've got lots of... I love planting my summer flowers anyway, but I haven't planted sunflowers since the kids were young, so I bought some and yeah, looking forward to doing that. All good fun. So guys, really think about your hit list over the coming few weeks. In fact, do it this week. Really think about, what can I do to help myself grow? What can I do to expand? What can I do to be in the moment more? Maybe you want to do more yoga, or learn to meditate more, or do a course of study, or do your gardening, or creative stuff. My daughter is up in her bedroom when she's not doing her schoolwork, making and crafting. She made herself a top the other day, and she makes these scrunchies. You've probably heard me talk about them. She sells them on Etsy, and interestingly, she's selling more because people are obviously at home on Etsy or surfing on Etsy. Maybe you need to just pamper, right? Maybe you just need to soak more in the bath, look after yourself a bit more, sleep a bit more, and that's okay. There's no better time. If that's what you need, if that's what your soul is calling for, then you need to do that. I think you need to just sit and be still and ask the question, what is my soul yearning for? What is my soul yearning for? And that'll help you. And just listen. You'll know. Just listen. So ladies, if there's any gents here this morning, is there? I think it's all lovely ladies. I think it is. So I'm going to leave it there for today. I might pop back in later in the week. If you're wanting to have a little bit of a pamper, Tropic have got free delivery at the moment. I know many of you use Tropic, and you know I'm a huge fan. So if you would like to pamper yourself, you can jump onto the Tropic website. It's free delivery. They've got some lovely offers on at the moment. If you spend over £30, you get a little mini super greens. So go check that out, and make sure that you use my name when you check out as well. So lots and lots of love to you. I'll catch up with you later in the week, and make sure that you do that hit list. It'd be really good fun if you do that hit list to post it on the tribe and share some of the things that you're going to commit to doing for your own sort of your own growth at this time. And I will be sure to post lots of pictures as my garden grows over the next weeks, months. Looking forward to getting stuck into that. So lots of love to you today, and I will catch you later on in the week in the tribe. Take care, guys. Thanks for all your comments. Bye.